Hi guys, story time with Ceno. So I know lately I've been talking about taking care of yourself. Self-care is not selfish. Prioritize yourself more. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. You matter where it matters the most. But I'm going to share a story today. And for the purpose of this story, I'm going to use the character Adani. But mind you, this is a true life story. The lady shared the story with me, and I was moved to tears, and I thought to share. I was moved to pity actually, so I thought to share. So that as I hope the story speaks to you as much as it is spoken to me. So I said I'm using the character Adani, right? So Adani is, a typical child that you would always pray to have. That child that you always praise and say, oh, God blesses his tummy that gave birth to you, or you are one in a million kind of child, stuff like that. Right, that is so typical of Adani. Adani has two brothers, aging parents who are currently in the village. Okay, Adani is the breadwinner. Adani, I am sick. Oh, you know what? Go to the hospital. Adani pays. Adani, I have arthritis. I have rheumatism. Trust Adani to the rescue. The brothers call. Oh, Adani, please, we have project and I need to pay for this. I need to pay for textbook. I need to pay for my house rent. I need to feed. Trust Adani to always come to the rescue. And then we have friends too that calls Adani. Hi Adani, please can I get a soft loan from you? And Adani would be like, you know what? Got you. Now Adani's colleagues at work, they were busy, taking up professional courses, running programs for career advancement. Trust Adani was busy taking care of her family, like the weight of the world was on her shoulders. Okay, and Adani was doing all of those things. It got to the point that Adani did not even pay attention to her body. She's going. She sometimes she has or she experiences constant headaches, and she just be like, oh, I'm just going to take painkillers, and it will go. Sometimes she sees things in her bodies and she'll just be like, oh, what's this, right? Don't worry, it will go. Adani failed to take care or to understand her body or take care of herself, or just say, okay, what's good, let me see, go to the hospital or check yourself. No, Adani did nothing of that. Adani's stress level got higher, right? Until one fateful day, Adani was preparing to go to work. She closed her door, got out of her gate. The next minute, Adani slumped. Thank goodness people were there that morning. People, a few persons were in the compound, that morning that saw that Adani slumped, and they rushed Adani to the hospital. And Adani, the doctor said, oh, Adani had high blood pressure, and it was starting to affect some organs in her body, but thankfully it wasn't that too deep, right? So Adani was in the hospital. She just needed people to just come through for her. So Adani calls her father and her mother, and they were like, oh, Adani, I'm old, I can't walk, I have arthritis, excuses. Oh, let me see if I can call your brother to come, and stay with you at the hospital. And they called the brother. Oh, Adani, I'm currently serving. Stories. And they called the other brother. Oh, Adani, I'm running, I'm writing my project and all of that. This is not a good time to call. And he calls that friend that always comes for soft loans. And the friend was like, hey Adani, I'm so sorry, I don't think I can come. They're not ready to give me off day at work, but you know what, I'll come as soon as I get the chance to. Adani was saddened with the reality of life. Adani said that, well, aside from the neighbors, that come to check in on her, because she's a good neighbor, they come to check in on her, some brought fruits and all of that. But Adani needed family, needed people that she could practically give up her life for, right? Adani needed them, but they were nowhere to be found. So Adani was in that hospital ward. She said to me that she looked up, she looked down, left, right, and she had a rethink. In fact, it was a retrospect. And Adani said to herself, so if something very bad, or maybe she was diagnosed with something, of that terminal nature, nobody would come through for her. Nobody would even sacrifice their time just to come and stay with her, in the hospital. And then they had a rethink to life. She had a reset, and she said, no, henceforth, going forward, I will take care of myself, and I will love myself as I have never done in my life before. Now, Adana is in her 40s and she's not married, but I don't know why, and I'm not going to speak to that because that's not my business, okay? Now, why I'm sharing this story is that I need you to take care of yourself, because some of us here can actually relate to the story of Adana. And I need you to take care of yourself. It is not too much to ask. Prioritize yourself. Listen, self-care is not selfish. If you don't have to give, say you don't have. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Easier said than done, right? You think I'm blabbing? No. Please, prioritize yourself more than anything in the world. Listen, the family that you so carry on your head, if something happens today, if something happens to you today, they will move on. They will move on and you will be stuck. Listen, I'm not saying you should not take care of your family or, be there for anybody. No, you have to. Yes, they're your family, but you need to be there for yourself. Very important. This is very key. I can't say this enough. Take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself. Okay, I'm getting too emotional. And I don't want to. I just want to drive my point home. Love yourself. Be there for yourself. If you're feeling headache, please check yourself at the hospital. If you notice anything in your body, please go to... You want to manage your stress level, please do. Please eat healthy meals. Please take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. I can't say that enough. Take care of yourself, okay? You take care of yourself, right? Okay, so this is Ceno's Corner. Please follow Ceno's Corner for more healthy conversations. I want to connect with you emotionally. We want to share life experiences together. Follow Ceno's Corner, okay? And take care of yourself, okay? Love you. Bye.